Let's just love, vibe, love all night. Let's just love, vibe, love all night. You're down, I'm down. It's time to get it. We on a mission. Vibe Show 97.9, home of the most exclusive interviews. Listen, y'all already know what time it is. We got amazing guests coming up tonight. So y'all might want to keep it locked in. You don't want to miss this one, I'm telling you. So go ahead and get your popcorn, get your drinks, or whatever you do. Go ahead on and get ready and keep it locked in. It's the Vibe Show 97.9. Oh! Vibe Show 97.9. I'm your host, Kano the Don, the Vibe King. And tonight, man, listen, we got something exclusive for y'all tonight. Listen, when you talk about storytelling, talking about real life situations, man, bars about real life, not just a bunch of mumbo jumbo, you got to mention this guy right here, man. I'm talking about Cleveland's own, the one and only hip hop music artist on the rise, the one and only Dionero. Let's get him in here.
What's good?
What's up, my guy?
What's good with you, man? Appreciate it.
Listen, man, I gotta thank you for me and the Vibe team. We just want to thank you, man, for coming on the show, vibing out with us, and giving us this amazing opportunity, my brother.
I appreciate it, man. It's all love, man. I appreciate the opportunity.
Absolutely. So, man, I got a lot to talk to you about, man, because I'm talking about you've been putting in work. You ain't just a spring chicken just jumped off the porch, man. You've been putting in work for a nice little minute here. You know what I mean? Like I've been doing some research, man, and diving in, been able to vibe out, you know, on the music, you know, 5 projects in. I mean, nothing but classics. You know, and I'm super impressed with all of the work, man, that you have put in. I want to ask you though, coming from Cleveland, you know, of course we got Bone there and Roots there and a whole bunch of dope, amazing, talented entertainers that come from that soil. Talk to me about growing up there though, before the music dreams.
Oh man. It was like what you saw on movies, man. Like we thought we was like no different from like LA or Atlanta or New York. You know, we just what we saw on TV was what was going on around us already. And we had our own little vibe going on back then. No one really picked up on the Midwest. It was like we was like off in the cut. No one wanted to speak about it, you know, really too much. But it wasn't easy, but I wouldn't say I necessarily had it bad though. But the city would make you or break you. They say you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere, but you make it in Cleveland, man, you make it anywhere. You make it in Cleveland, man. It's a hard grind out here. It's a blue collar city, man. So it's not like a big city, but to us it was big. It seemed big to us until you go out the city and you see how big other cities is, but at the same time, it was like it's a hard grind, man. And truth be told, most people think like you had to leave here to make it. You can't
Right.
make it here, you know. Wasn't no chance and there was no hope. So people was fleeing, going to other cities trying to push their brand.
Right. Now, has it always been music for you though, or was there other things you were inspiring to do before that music bug really hit you hard like that and you decided to make a career out of it?
Well, I think it's always been in me, really. Though. I mean, in a way. I played baseball growing up. I was a heck of a baseball player. Um, but my brother was a DJ on the radio years ago, so he used to always flip. You know, I found out at an early age that it was songs was regulated. They had a list, but some way he would slag us up in the mix at the end of the night. Like
Right.
he always used to play us, And then I go to school one day and I seen some people with like my homeboy chat me like, "Hey man, look, they got your name on the back of that shirt right there on air," because back in the day they had the little airbrush shirts.
Yeah.
So it's like that's they don't know that's even you, man. And so it was like it was
Wow.
wild, but back then it was like I really wasn't trying to promote myself. I'm a young kid, and I probably only had two or three good reps in my arsenal. So when I used to go to school and be in study hall, I would say the same couple reps all the time. Like that's all I had. But see, me, I had a speech impediment growing up, so it was not easy. But
Right.
writing and rapping, man, I think taught me how to speak better.
Really?
Oh yeah, man.
Now that's interesting though, because somebody else said that same thing. What do you think it is though? If we could dive into that a little bit, because do you think it's like a confidence thing, or what do you think fused that to the point to where you're not fumbling over your words or having that speech impediment problem when you're actually flowing and in your element with your skill set?
I think it's repetition, just constantly doing it over and over and over. You constantly saying the same thing over and over, man. It's like I looked up one day and I wasn't speaking as fast as I probably used to, or stammering over words like I used to. It kind of helped me speak a little better. I was never too much embarrassed or shy. I never even cared about how I spoke anyway. It didn't even matter to me because
Right.
I was just that confident. It didn't even care. I just thought that was my thing. He was like, all right, whatever. I talk fast. All right, cool. I stutter.
Right.
I don't care. You know what I'm saying? It got me in trouble a lot in school because I wanted to fight all the time when they talk about me. I mean, I couldn't stand it. But, when I rap, they're like, yo, that's you when you rap? Yeah, that's me, But just constantly doing it helped me speak a little better. I still speak a little fast, or I might stutter a little bit at times, but writing and just constantly saying it helped me a whole lot with just trying to like configure my words, if I must say, a little better.
Right. Now, when it comes to the Midwest though, that fast flow though, coming up when people were coming up, around the time when you were getting in the game, was that like the thing, you know what I mean? Like flowing fast, the fast flow, or was that like the thing in the city?
You could say yeah, you could say no, but at the same time, you had different styles. You got different sides of the city too, also. So, but you could just consider it a Midwest flow per se, because
Right.
you had people in Chicago that rap like that. You had Twister, you had Bone, even 3 6 Mafia had that same kind of flow when they first came out, when they were 6 Mafia, So, you had it. People still do it to this day. Anybody that sings and rap, man, that's a Midwest flow. I don't care how you really put it, how you say it. That came from the Midwest, whether it came from Cleveland or Chicago, but it's really a Cleveland thing in a way.
Right.
That originated through here, singing and rapping. Everybody wanted to do that. I knew I couldn't do it, so I never tried to do it. But yeah, it's a Midwest thing. A lot of cats in the city, did that. But you know, a lot of cats had their own little thing going.
Right. Let me ask you this though. Because coming in the game, when you came in the game, it was different times then. There was no social media and all this stuff or whatever. You really had to get it out the mud, out the trunk, you know what I'm saying? Really with that physical aspect of the grind.
Right.
Do you miss that in a way? The physical engagement, being able to really engage with the fans, hitting the streets with it, really building it from the soil like that. Because don't get me wrong, social media is an amazing tool for today's time with music and promoting any brand or anything that you're doing. But at the same time, it still was a different aesthetic then, more personable then as well. Talk to me about that aspect of it, the transition.
I mean, the transition happened, but it's not extinct. You still have to go out and do the footwork.
Right.
I'm one of them guys that just would do it both ways. You know,
and I figured that too, because I know the era you came in. You know what I'm saying, and the goats ahead of you that you know what I'm saying was looking at as well. So that's why I wanted to see how you were gonna respond to that, and I knew you were gonna respond to it like that.
Yeah, you have to, my partner even like hit me too because I was like trying to figure out like how would you even like branch it off into that, and it's like before you had the CDs. And you would sell your CDs. Right now, you can just really pull up on somebody with your MP3,
right?
Download it, or you can or you can just scan it. You can put the barcodes on the flyers, and still go out there and put your posters up on the poles. Like I'm going to go out there and glue them out. I want to go out there and glue it up on the pole. I want to make it hard for them to get down.
Right.
Right. Do that footwork and that promotional work. It just ain't all on the internet. Because truth be told, everybody not on social media.
Right.
So it's a large scale of people, man, who really don't even focus on that. It's a large group of people who really don't even get their music from social media. They might strictly go to Billboard, or they might, everyone doesn't watch cable. They might watch Netflix, or they might watch Hulu. So you got to just find your lane and just try to grab it from there. Like, so I want to try to like grab every angle. I want to get everybody, because I believe that I have a broad fan base in a way. I'm not stuck in just one age group. I believe I can rock with you from 18 to 65.
I definitely agree. I agree with you on that though, D, because like listening to your music, the thing that I really gravitated to the most was your storytelling, and I felt like I connected with you as the artist and as a person, because and I appreciate and value that aspect of what you blessing us with, because it's allowing me an opportunity to take that walk with you and learn a little bit more about you. It ain't about Dionero in the club all the time and partying. No, you're giving us the struggle things that you went through too, because that's what I feel like fans want to know. Me personally, as a consumer of the art, I want to know your story. So you just came in the game balling, popping. You were just doing it like that. You ain't. What was the come up? What was your story? What was your journey? So I just wanted to thank you for that, man. Like, I appreciate the chapters of your life that you share with us, man. Like the hard times, because people still going through hard times today. So I really appreciate that.
Man, yeah. I mean, I respect it. I appreciate that. Look, people want to try to like act like they're not struggling. Like it's like you can't have a bad moment. Like, I'm just gonna give you some form of reality. I was asked like, how do I come up with my ideas? I really don't come up with the concept of the song. I just form it, and I just put it together. And at the end of the day, I title it last. I do my hook lines last. I kind of write my music backwards. Most people like think of the concept, and then they go from there. Like I couldn't tell the story correctly if I did it like that. But I do write, but I've done a couple of tracks where I didn't even write it, just naturally. So you got to give them a sense of real.
Right.
Everything. I can't be in the club with you every day.
Right. Yeah. Facts.
I gotta bring you to where I'm at a little bit.
You think we got away from that though? Just from a artist perspective, being in the game on the other side, being able to view the game from within. Do you think that we have somewhat gotten away from that aspect of it? You know what I'm saying? With just yeah.
I mean, yeah, no, but I mean, the music you make nowadays, man, anything could be a club track. You know, it's like but the content may have changed a whole lot. The whole content of how it's presented, but when you listen to it, you get deep down into it. It's all club music. It's party music. It's just a beat. I mean, you can go way back into the days of old school music, and everything wasn't happy, but the beat was, or it doesn't have to be about the club for it to be a club single or a club song. I don't think we decide as an artist that that's a hit or this is a club song. I think the fans decide that.
Right.
That makes sense. I think the fans describe what exactly was going to make it in the club. Because the slowest song, the fastest song might not even work in the club. But
right.
I think in a way, people might have lost that a little bit. I think hip hop and rap has become more real.
Right.
But you have those artists out there, but they're not promoted.
Right.
I mean, they're there. It's just you don't really hear them. So you have to look. But with so many artists and so many ways to find music, I mean, a lot of people don't go to the radio to find their music. So, I mean, they're there. You just have to look.
Right. Right. Do you think that's by design though? You think that it's designed that way for the more conscious artists, the more artists, shall we say, woke that are putting messages in their music, or do you think that's kind of being pushed to the back and more of the mental things to keep you mentally distracted type music, keep you distracted all the time, that's more highlighted and pushed out there in the front more so?
That could be a yes and a no. It all depends what format you're listening to. There's so many formats of music and radio that it's so easy to just, if you want to find what you want to find, you can just tap into it and just type it in and search it, and you're going to find what you really want. But at the same time, you got mainstream radio that might push that aspect when you to the point where you just listen to a certain kind of song. So if you just tuned into your local radio station every day and you went off of what they played every day, then yeah, you're going to just be saturated with that style and that brand of music. But there's so many avenues to find what you want to find. It's not even hard to even find what that content that you might be looking for. But it's not pushed as much on mainstream radio. Right. But that can be all designed or due to budgeting or promotion or however it comes. I heard a person say, if you want to get on the radio and start, you need $200,000, to get on the radio. So it's like maybe the people that are trying to push that message don't even have the funding to even do it.
That's a good point.
It could be so many aspects of it, but it's not pushed. But if you want to find it, it's out there because everything's on social media. Basically, you have all these streaming music sites. I mean, a lot of them I never even heard of. You're bound to find what you want, but it is not pushed to your head every day like it was back in the 90s. You had everything on the radio. You had some substance. Now you just know what you're going to hear on the radio every day.
Yeah, basically, you know what I mean? You can count it, you know what I'm saying? What's crazy though is let me ask you this though, D. What point though would you say in your journey that you decided to really take it serious and make a career out of it, because we all inspire and have those dreams. We have so many different influences coming up, listening to music, being engulfed in hip hop, that especially the time and era that, we were introduced to hip hop and music in general. But at what point though that you like, I really want to do this?
I mean, that's a good question. I mean, I want to say like junior high school, right? But even then, I was like unaware of what was really going on.
Right.
But I think it was like right before I met my my baby mother, right, my wife, and I think her mother had gave. I was trying at the time because my like a guy that I grew up with, like my neighbors, like his cousin was like was Lazy Bone. So we knew Bone before they even like made it. So we
Right.
always try to like get on with his cousin, and like eventually like one day like Crazy Bone's mom like found my demo and like gave it to him. And I never knew about it, and I think he like hit me up one night and was like, "Yo, why you didn't tell me you rap?" And I'm just like, I wasn't like dating his sister to like try to get a record deal. So
Right.
like, plus I already knew who Lazy Bone was, and I knew who Flesh and Bone was, and I'm cool with the family and all that. So it was like, but yeah, I rap. He's like, no, you make some good music. So I mean, like a long story short, basically sent me out to like I think I went to like California first, and that's when it just started rolling. But I already wanted to do a series before then. But that's when I thought like I can really like make it because before then, like even before then, I had like a little short stint like Rough Riders. Like I had like this like I won a contest, and I remember going out to Yonkers like twice in my life, like being out there on Broadway Avenue, and he was trying to like push me to the label.
Right.
But I won a contest they had up in the city, and he remember on the phone. He's like, "Yeah, you really want to son like you come down here to New York?" So I'm like, "All right, cool." So me and my partner got in the car like 3 in the morning, and we just like drove to New York. And I remember pulling in, and I called him like, "Yeah, I'm pulling in." He's like, "Yo, where you at, man? I'm coming through a tunnel." He's like, "Oh, which tunnel?" I'm like, "I don't really know."
Right.
He's like, "Well, where were you at?" He's like, I forgot where he said he was at, but I'm gonna say like he said he was like Staten Island or something. But I'm like, well, how far is that? He's like, that's about 5 hours. Like it's like they islands out there, so it's like I'm a minute from where I told you to be at. So
Right.
I'm finding out. Well, he's like, well, meet me at 33 South Yonkers. I remember the address vividly. So it was like, just drive there and I'll meet you there.
Right.
And pulling up, man, and just playing my music, and I'm out in the middle of the street, people walking by, and he just like asked people like, yo, are you feeling this? Feeling this, So
Right.
it
Right.
was a good feeling, like, but that never even panned out because I think they ended up going like bankrupt. So like, but I remember being out there with a girl named Boo Styles. She had like one like 106 in Park like 6 weeks in a row, and she was from
Wow.
the city. And then like kind of found out she's from my neighborhood, so we had like kind of like clicked. But I had never like knew about her until we got out there. But it was kind of cool to see her there, and we was from the same neighborhood. And I'm like, y'all, I should see you on the 6th Park, like ripping people new ones. You know what I'm saying on the freestyle, right? So that never really panned out. But then like the Crazy Bone thing happened, and like I rode with that for a while. That's when I really was like, okay, I can do this right here a little bit. Like I'm getting there. So
Right.
I started taking more chances on certain things and just trying to like move around a little bit more.
Right. Big shout out to my guy. That's my brother in Crazy Bone, man. Another real one right there, man. That's dope. From just hearing that though, it's just it's inspiration. You know what I mean? But you yourself, and we both know, I used to be an artist, chasing after this dream myself for years.
Right.
Talk to me about some of the frustrating aspects of this game for the new artist, the new blood that's trying to get in this game, and they're coming in 2022, hadn't even really been through a whole lot, but you've seen it from the other side because you've accomplished a lot of things. You've been around goats, you know, you've been on these stages and been around these different types of people, able to see the game up close and personal in 3D. You know, talk to me about some of the things that, you know, from your journey starting then to now, that things that you like about the game, but then things that you just don't like about the game.
Man, the journey,
yeah,
it taught me a lot. Like I tell you like this. I'm sitting here right now, right? But it was a pack of us. It wasn't just me, right? It was like 8 or 9 or 10 of us, and then slowly everybody drifted off, and then there was 3, and then there was 2. And then there was I, right? So it's like, and I'm like, I'm not stopping. It's like, I'm not going anywhere. Like, I've done too much. I put too much into it already. So, but my partner, he hung on for a long time. He just couldn't do it no more. And I had to reinvent myself in a way. You know, I had never like really did a hook line. I was just the guy that did the raps. I was the hype dude out of the crew. We was always on songs together. It was always a bunch of us. It was like, so when it came time to do my own thing, it was like, all right, now I got to do the whole song. And I knew I can do it. It was just different. And I had to just really manifest myself into doing something. I had to think it. I had to give it a positive energy. And I had to just put it out there because the game will make you want to just, it'll break the hell out of you.
Right.
Let it. Right. Then you got to realize that the game is 90% business and 10% rap. All right, you gotta know your business. You have to know to promote yourself, and that's something that I didn't understand years ago.
I was gonna ask you that too, D. I was gonna ask you, at what point did you realize that? When, you know, because you know the lights look great. You know, we love that. The lights look great, the videos, the lifestyle, man. I want that. Then you start doing it. And it's like, well, wait a minute. What the light said, like, oh, I gotta.
It's not what you think it is.
Not what you think it is.
Not like, man. I remember times, man. I remember a time when I was out in LA, man, and Craig dropped me off into an apartment with 6 other rappers. And it was just like, I felt like making it the band before it came out, but like, you had to fend for yourself, man.
Right.
And no one gonna do nothing for you. In spite of you out there, in spite of what you're doing, you constantly got to promote and push yourself and trust yourself and constantly stay growing and trying to reinvent yourself and, you know, and find a lane that you can, you know, ride in, because, you know, you can't do what everybody else is doing. And it's a hard grind. But if you don't give up and you stay persistent, you stay consistent with it, those are the ones who come out on top at the end of the day. Because you can have talent and you could have been made a hit, you just probably didn't know how to market it.
Right.
I had to find out one day that my name and myself was a brand. So I had to learn about what I say on social media or what I do on social media. But it's how I speak or how I engage with people. You know, because, you know, I can go out sometimes and people will recognize me and it'd be funny. And it's like, yo, it's like, oh, I've been doing it that long. And it's like, you got to stay consistent with it.
Right.
Consistent with it, then. And if you don't want to put money into yourself and invest in yourself, then you're really not doing yourself a justice.
Ooh, man. Come on, bro. Come on. Now, you know, do you think in 2022 with the young blood, you know, because you are what I consider, you a vet. You've been around for a while. You know what I'm saying? And do you think that these guys feel like they have to wear the tough guy armor all the time in the raps? And because I notice listening to your music, zoning out, you got a little slight vulnerability about yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't really trying to wear, you know, you got the tough guy music too, but at the end of the day, you know, you're not afraid to expose that vulnerable side as well too. I'm hurting. You know, this hurt me. I went through this, seeing this hurt me. This affected me a certain type of way. This made me the man that I am. Woo the woo. Like, talk to me about that though, because I noticed that you don't always have the tough armor on or have to have that type of persona when you putting your music out there. How important is that to you though?
It's really important. I mean, for the fact that, look, I already know my voice has a certain inflection to it, so I automatically rap aggressively anyway. So I have to find my tone, my level, and I got to figure out a way to bring it across to you. If you've never been through, if you say you've never been through pain or you don't understand pain, that something's wrong. I mean, as human daily life, you know, everyone goes through it. You're not going to be happy every day. Um, you have to realize there's a balance between this, that, and what you want the people to understand. And what you have to realize right now is that the streets have kind of transitioned into the rap.
Mm-hmm.
Before it was like, you know, and I don't want to, I'm not saying they did, but it was more or less like cap rapping back in the day. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you know, they said they spoke it into existence, as you want to say, all right. But nowadays, what they do, what they say, they're probably doing it, and
Right.
that's why they're probably trying to use people, artists' rap lyrics against them, because they're portraying what they say they're portraying,
Mm-hmm.
doing what they say they're doing, and you got more eyes and ears on the game. So,
But see, not to cut you off, D. See, that's the point. That's the problem that I have with it, though. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to figure out at what point, you know, we heard it on the show. Dr. Dre and them said it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, at what point are we really making it real? At what point did we get to the point to where we have to have the guns in every video? We gotta be, you know, we got everything is the finger pointing at you, and I'm gonna kill you, and I'm gonna stump this guy out. Our team's gonna pull up, gang, this, that, and the other. It's almost like death being spoken in music now. I mean, is that the place that we're in right now? Is that by design? Like, what is going on from your perspective, being on the other side, though? Does that bother you?
it bothers me, but you have to realize, and we have to take blame for this, for the fact that we came up in an era where we had Tupac. We
Mm-hmm.
had an era where we had Ghetto Boys,
Mm-hmm.
we had NWA, we had Ice-T, and you know, we had Diggable Planets, we had Black Roots, and uh, you had all these genres of rap. I mean, it kind of just elevated itself to something else.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we started it in a way, okay. Um, but I think when we did it, or when I came up, it was more conscious in a way.
Mm-hmm.
We lost that in a way, but that starts up top from the people that's pushing the music and putting it out here. Because you can't tell me that there's not an artist right now that's trying to push something different or positive.
That's a fact.
You know, they're just not letting that person elevate. Um, but the game is really different. It's really different, and if you're basically not doing what you say you're doing, sometimes they don't respect you. When you have to realize it's all at the entertainment. At the end of the day, it's all entertainment. It's all music. But you say,
But that's different. But see, when it comes to you, though, you're not doing that though. You're doing it your way. You're doing it your way.
I have my
You know what I
story,
mean?
and you know, like I have my lane. Like I know what I've done, so I find myself constantly saying the same stuff over and over in a way, probably just a different version of it. Um, but I want to let you know I lived it, but I'm out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
you know, everything that you make music about does not have to be about you or what you're doing. You know,
Right.
you don't have to put your business out there to everybody. Everybody want to just, you know, I'm not in competition with anyone. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I'm in competition with myself. So I got to go out there and make the best music that I think the fans may like. and to give them the best version of me, and not trying to emulate what I see, because a lot of that what you have right now, you have that, and
Right.
but then a lot of what you don't see is what you don't read into, because if you read deep into what's going on, you see that majority of what they're saying, or if not more, 90% of what they're saying when they're making music is what they're doing. So it's like, if you're not doing it, then you can't rap about it. And it's
Right.
like, now you in the game, and the game is the streets now, and the streets is the game. There's no separation sometimes.
That's deep, my brother. I ain't gonna lie, man. Vibe Show 97.9. We just in here vibing out, man. Me and the one and only Dionero. Listen, we gotta go pay some bills. Shout out to everybody that's on the live right now, man. Pulling up, man. Y'all the real ones, man. For real, for showing my special guest so much love. I gotta pay some bills right now. Y'all make sure y'all keep it locked in. It's the Vibe Show 97.9.
Ooh. What's new and hot on the scene? The Pink Smoke Cigar Company, a black, female-owned boutique cigar company offering one-of-a-kind, hand-rolled cigars from proprietary blends created specifically for Pink Smoke by the J. Will Cigar Company. Their exotic recipes are blended from various regions of Nicaragua, Ecuador, Colombia, Mexico, the Dominican, and Honduras. What's certain is you'll experience the most unique, even fresh smoke your palate has yet to discover. They're so hot, they were the premier brand ambassador at the 2022 Men's Style Gifting Suite for Super Bowl 56. For more information, go to pinksmoke4u.com. That's pinksmoke, the number 4, letter U.com to experience Pink Smoke's sexy, classy cigar culture. Contact L Group PR Agency for bookings and events.
Vibe Show 97.9 back, man. Vibing out with our special guest, the one and only Dionero. Listen, I want to take time out to shout out a few people, man, that's in the live chat right now, because I really, really value you guys so much. There's so much love being shown right now, and I definitely want to show some love and give out some roses real quick. Shout out to Golden C. Carter Jr. in the building, showing major love right now. Shout out to Scar Nitty, Big Scar Nitty in the building. Appreciate that love. Shout out to the very lovely my sister Sunshine, always showing love, pulling up. I appreciate that love. Shout out to Keisha, the one and only, the queen, for showing so much love. I am love 333 in the building, for making the magic kappa. That's my boo right there. I appreciate that love. Shout out to let's see who else we got on here. Shout out to the one and only program director at the Vibe Show 97.9, the one and only spoken word king, AK Hall, in the building, man. Appreciate that love, man. And everybody else that's listening on the radio airways right now, look, big shout out to y'all right now for pulling up on my special guest, the one and only Dionero. Now, D, now we've been going in deep now. We way underwater right now. Now, talk to me about you signing the deal to Brother to Brother International, doing that for short, and then deciding to sign to your own label, which is Dionero ENT. Talk to me about the transition there, and why did you decide to make that executive move?
Doing your research. Good one, man.
Yes, sir.
When I left with that one, like, okay, all right.
Yes, sir. Caught you off the back about coming for the juggernaut.
That's a good one, though. I respect it, though. No, man, it was cool because, like, Joe, like, was like a brother, man. Like, I hooked up with Joe from messing around with Crazy. So, me and Crazy, one time at little events, and I would pull up, and I hooked up with Joe, and we would just always just like link after that. I would just try to like show up at his little events. He had a restaurant, a coffee shop up in East Cleveland, and he would do those sets up there. So I would poke my head in every now and then, and excuse me, I was like working on a song one day, man, and just I couldn't find anybody to sing for me. And I was actually gonna sing it myself, and I was gonna like auto tune my voice. So
Right.
um, I got with Joe and I let him hear it, and he actually, he was feeling it. So to hear him sing it for me was like real great. It was like amazing to me. So we put that together, and I was actually gonna like drop the single on my birthday that year. So I thought it would get the most hype on my wall, my social media, my birthday, drop it at midnight. And I got a phone call and he said, "Don't drop it." So
What?
yeah, and he's like, we got a meeting, and he just basically laid down two options for me. So um, I rolled with the option to sign a 2-year deal with him. So from that point, we just used to just network. But then COVID kind of hit.
Right.
But I was on the road with him a couple times, did some shows. Um, it was a great experience. Did the song solo, did the video for solo. It did a lot of good numbers. Um, Warner Brothers had picked it up for me, which was a good thing. So it kind of gave me like that stamp of approval. Like when you go on social media, you go on my streaming site, you're gonna see like the green check by my name. I got the certified check, so it was cool to see like me saying I'm certified. I remember my partner saying like, "Hey man, I don't care what level you made it to, they can't take this from you." So
Right.
like it don't really matter, man. Like so, um, and just like and to this day, I still work with Joe. I work with the White Side Show. We got a couple songs coming out together, and we're gonna continue making music. And even though I might have parted ways, because it was only a 2-year deal. I mean, I could have picked it back up again, but it helped me and it helped them. But at the same time, I can still network, I can still maneuver, I can still wiggle around with them and do what I need to do. And me and Whiteside Show just gonna keep on pushing it. And it's like we never left each other. We still a family. It's just I just had to push my brand, and Joe has his thing, and he has a great thing. And what he did for my name helped me. I believe it helped both of us in a way.
Right.
I just did a show with him like 2 weeks ago at the amphitheater in Warren. So worst come to worst, I'm still hanging out with him. We still do the thing together, and nothing's changed. I just chose to go independently and see how far I could push myself. I was already independent before then, anyway.
Right.
So,
That's a fact. That's
right.
A fact.
So it helped me. It gave me knowledge on how to do things too, though. At the same time, because I learned some things that I didn't know prior to not like hooking up with them. So I picked up on things. So it helped me a whole lot.
Right. Big shout out to Joe Little, man, and Mark Jerkins, though, man. Some real ones, you know what I'm saying? That's dope right there. You know what I mean? That and like you say, you are growing as a human being, you're growing as an artist, you're growing as a CEO, and into your own boss lane. So, I definitely get that. And it makes a lot of sense too. Who's Dionero feeling right now though? You know what I'm saying? Like what artists are you feeling right now? Like, you know what I mean? Like, are you tapped in, or like you kind of like in your own little bubble? Are you really feeling a few cats out there right now?
I'm feeling myself, but you get my ride and you'll really hear me all day. But I definitely mess with a rapper named Money Man. I mean, I think Money Man is one of the dopest artists out right now. I mean, I stay up on everything that he basically does. I like Lil Baby, Lil Dirt. I like Benny the Butcher, man.
Yeah,
J.
facts.
Cole.
Facts.
I'm still a Bone fan to the day I die.
Oh, that's the family there.
Yeah, I mean Scarface, Lil Wayne, like YFN Lucci. Like I like, I like more of a southern style of music. Um, I grew up on UGK and Pimp C and MJG and A-Ball and Ghetto Boys. So, but I feel a little bit of everybody, man. I like this one rapper, man. What is his name? He has a regular name too. It's not even like a rap name. can't even think of this guy's name, but he has an incredible flow. I can't think of this dude's name to come off my head, but it's in my search tab. And when I go searching on music, I found him, and that just showed me like I wasn't even looking for this guy, but kind of found out he got like a lot of songs with like artists that I mess with. So, but I can't think of this man's name off the top of my head. But you know, I like all kind of genres. I even like some Kid Cudi.
Right.
Got a shout out from the city, man. Like MGK. I like all kind of music, but my favorite artist right now, I'm about to say, is Money Man.
That's dope, man. As far as from the production side of it, though, is it any producers that you are feeling out there that you may have worked with or would love to work with?
I'm gonna shout out my homie from the city, Matt Like the Flame, because he been on fire for a long time. He made a couple tracks with me. I would love to hook up with like a Metro Boom. What's the guy that did all the Futures music, man?
Talking about Sonic Digital?
Not Digital, man. The other guy, man, the coolest DJ in the world.
I know you're talking about. God, what is his name?
I think it was name, man.
Wait a minute, because I keep hearing because he always tagging him all the time.
Yeah.
Now you got me thinking.
Yeah, it's gonna come to me when I get off the air watch. I'm gonna be upset.
The dude with the
funny little hair, man. Yeah,
he's dope. He's dope.
Dope, man.
Now you got me messed up, now, D. I'm so man. We getting up there, man. We getting up there, man. We can't remember it, man. What this guy name? Wait.
Esco, DJ Esco.
Esco.
Man, that's the name.
DJ Esco.
I love to link with that guy, man. Like I think he about him the coldest, man.
Yeah, he definitely is.
Him and Jazzy Faye, man. I would love to get on some Jazzy Faye music, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
And man, Money Man, he makes his own beats. I would love to get on the Money Man track.
Yeah.
That's probably about all. I really don't follow too many producers, man. But if you know some, man, if you're a producer and you making hot beats, man, my name is on the bottom right there. Come find me, man. I'll lay in.
Oh yeah, man. I'll definitely link you up with some young goats in the game, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
some go-getters, man. I need it because I'm all over the place, man. I've been told I need a different genre of beats, so anything you bring my way, I'm quite sure I can manifest it into something great.
I'm gonna link you up with my guy Pushing Keys, man, out there in Orlando, Florida, man. That guy's incredible, man. He makes all types of music, man. He's just a phenomenal producer. I love his style, so I'm definitely going. I'll get with you off air, and I'll link y'all up. I think y'all can put something together phenomenal.
I need that link, man.
I got you on that. Let me ask you this though, and before we do that, let's take time out, man. I would like to allow you to give out some flowers, man, to your team, your family, your fans, anybody that your support group, anybody that you want to give some flowers out to, man. Let's go on and shout these people out and give them some love, man.
I'm gonna shout out myself first of all for not giving up. I'm gonna shout out Joe for helping me do what I needed to do. Joe did a great job for me. Mark Jenkins, White Sad Show, Bone Thug Fam, just my friends for pushing me. My cousin Humble G, my cousin J.O., my mother. Anybody that just said I couldn't do it, I'm gonna give you some flowers. I got a small circle, man. Like I'm really a one-man show. Like it really just be me, and then I find the White Side Show, or like shout out Fiend, man. Like I'm gonna shout out Fiend for giving me the feature. Like I appreciate that. Like he didn't even have to give me the feature for that. Like he came through for me, gave me something classic. I really appreciate that. I appreciate the talks he had with me. Y'all want to follow Fiend? That's 504 Fiend on Instagram. You want to follow me? That's D_ANARO131 on Instagram. Like I appreciate anything that anybody's ever done for me. I shout out DJ Chris Styles on 97.9 FM or no 95.9 FM radio in Cleveland. Like giving me my interviews. DJ Chris Styles always show me love. Shout out the Flame, Matt like the Flame for making me fire tracks. Shout out White Side again for making fire tracks. We got 2 on the way. Shout out to you. Shout out to Keisha for hooking me up with the interview. The beautiful Keisha out there in LA. I appreciate her. She showed me mad love, stayed with me, and just kept it real with me from day one. And shout out myself again for not giving up.
That's a fact, man. I love that. My dogs do too. Out now, streaming on all platforms, man, everywhere. Blasting up, man. That single, Run It Up. Talk to me about why that title, though. I feel like that title got a deep meaning to it. Why that title?
Title came from, man, basically, I don't know if it's the same in all around the world, but they're legalizing guns anyway. So it was just basically self-explanatory, like, my dogs do too. I got a Glock 9, my dog do too. It's like everybody's packing, and it wasn't even just about the gun in itself. It was basically saying like, all right, we got it, my dog do too. What you can get, we can get. There's no different. I'm not in the competition. I'm here to prove myself. I'm here to do what I do. But at the same time, it's like we're no different from each other. We all in the same boat.
I love that. Speaking on the gun violence, which is, truly become an epidemic now. A lot of lives being lost, a lot of young artists. It's a massacre that's going on. They're not even living long enough to they either getting locked up or they killing each other. They ain't living long enough to even enjoy the wealth or enjoy the success of the reason why. Do you think that we, in some form of fashion, forgetting the essence of the blessing of it all, with being blessed to do what we enjoy doing with the arts and change our families' lives as well as changing people's lives around us, like our people that we have on board, our staff, and all of that comes crashing down, because we are speaking all of this into the world, power of the tongue. I don't know. I would love to get your perspective on just the polarization of the violence. Talk to me about that.
It's kind of hard to even gauge that and give a proper answer on it because I can't depict from where they came from. Mm-hmm. So that just goes back to the point of me saying, like, the streets have transitioned into the rap. So who am I to say? Who am I to judge their approach to the game? All right.
I feel that.
But at the same time, it's a touchy subject. All right. If you sign an NFL contract or an NBA contract at a young age, they give you a liaison or something sometimes. Or your parents have to come down with you to monitor what you're doing, right? Mm-hmm. So a lot of these artists are getting deals at a young age from major labels, where there's nobody monitoring what they're doing. All right, whether they need it or not, you just let them loose. And it's really kind of hard to decipher what's real and what's not real. And it's just best to believe that it's all real, because you never judge a book by its cover. And then you get deep into these stories and you see how they're dying and left and right, and whether it's just rappers dying or just guys in the street dying or what's going on. It makes it kind of hard to decipher what's not real and what you shouldn't do, because that's all they know. I think that it's taken for granted in a way.
Right.
I think it should be. I think the game should be treated with more respect. I think it's. I think it's being lost. That's just from my perspective, my idea of it. I think we can give back much more than what we give it back. I think,
Right.
but that's the radio, and that's the labels, and then that's who they're signing, and that's who they're putting out there. And some of
Right.
these times, some of the times, it's not even the labels. It's just like enough guys with enough money, they're just pushing it, and then that's what's making it.
Mm-hmm.
So we as the fans, at the same time, because I'm a fan, help push the product. I mean, we as artists don't decide to hit; the fans do. So,
Right.
what's being portrayed as hot right now, or pop music, is the stuff that's being depicted as what's real.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone's trying to outdo everyone else and top everyone else. Um, the game is dirty. I mean, you just got to find a way to survive, and it's it's not for the weak. I mean, but at the same time, it is because you have so many levels of the game. You know,
That's a fact.
it's just so many levels of it, man. It's crazy. Like you went from like 200 rappers to 2,000, 2 million rappers.
Right.
You know? So it's kind of hard to like to say what's not and what is. But I believe that I believe that the rap music helped promote the gun violence. If you ask me, and
Right.
I make music, but I think in a way, I think Tupac depicted this years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Tupac said it a long time ago. I mean, you basically manifest what you speak and what you write. So there's really no way around it. I mean, they're gonna constantly keep promoting and pushing the product to that direction.
Right.
But you as an artist have to find a clever way of putting it out there to the point to where it makes sense. And you're not just pushing negativity. Because there's a positive and maybe negative. You just gotta find that lane as an artist.
Right. Right. If you can speak right now to all of the inspiring artists that's inspiring to get in this game right now, when you had that opportunity to speak, you got them all in one room, and with all the experience and your journey that you've been on, all the things you've seen, the good, the bad, all the experiences you've been through, and you can drop a gem on them, or anybody that might be going through a tough time in life, because you also come from the struggle. You also come from tough times. You also come from being, I'm not sure if you're a father or not. Come from that space as well. That even that comes with a lot of baggage as well. Being a man, period.
Right.
And you could speak to them and drop a gem on them. What would you tell them?
Stay consistent, stay true to yourself. Like, don't give up. Like, whatever your dream is, man, like whatever you do on a daily basis, you're just right there. It's like it's right in your grasp, it's in your reach. Don't let anyone tell you what you can and cannot do. You have to just make your own lane. You have to stand for something. You have to keep pushing what you want to make happen. You have to think it into existence. You have to manifest it. You have to make it happen. You have to be you. You have to know who you are inside in order for people to understand who you are and what you're dishing out to the public, in order to make the public understand what you're trying to dish out and make them understand, because everybody don't know what you're going through. And if you spend 6 months of the year worrying about your own shit and the other 6 months worrying about no one else's, then you have an easy year. And that way you don't make nobody else's problems your problems. Deal with what you have to deal with, keep it moving, and everything will come easy. But be careful what you wish for.
Wow.
If that makes sense.
Oh, it make a lot of sense, my brother. I mean, that was it couldn't be put no better than that. Let's go ahead and shout out to Shane Young as well. Shout out to D Fly Height.
Yeah, my boys, they tapping in, man.
They tapping in the building. let's put them social platforms in ways that people can connect with you if they want to work with you. Anything that needs to be put out there as far as information, as far as getting connected, wanting to work, wanting advice, whatever. Let's put that information out there for the listeners on the airwaves and for the people that's actually tuning in to this live presentation right now.
You can catch me on any like streaming site. You can like Google the name. It's right there at the bottom of the screen. You can catch me on Instagram, D_ANARO131. Same thing on Twitter, DANARO131. I got like 5 Facebook pages. Dionero Hennessy, Dionero Season, Dionero Drain, Dionero. It's just all Dionero. You know, you want to find me, name right there. It's easy to find me. Drop me some tracks, some information. You want to holler at me, you want to feature. You know what I'm saying? Everything got a price for it. I'm just willing to work with anybody who's willing to put in work. And if you want to just have conversation or just network on anything, movies, acting, commercials, features, I'm with everything. I'm not hard to find. My music is out there. And if you're a fan of music and you love good music, then most definitely gonna rock with me.
Absolutely. My Dogs Do Too album is out right now. Y'all make sure that y'all go and y'all run that up right now. Don't play no games. Let's show my guy some love here, man. And he's putting in work. 5 albums in. You know what I'm saying? So the work is being put in. Also, too, we got that single, blazing hot single, Run It Up, man. I'm talking about crazy. Y'all make sure that y'all go run it up too. What else do we got coming up, man, in the works that you can, anything you can just drop on us, man? I know you cooking over there.
I'm about to drop 2 of them on them, man. I got a song called Twerk Something produced by the White Side Show. That's going like a little club song right there, man, for the people. And I got another gem I'm gonna drop like right on top of it, like at the same time. I'm gonna give you 2 for 1. I'm gonna hit them with the In the City featuring Fiend. We're gonna hit them with that for the summertime. So we're gonna have 3 or 4 in rotation. All right. And then I'm gonna drop the whole EP out. And then I'm gonna hit them with some old classics because my people telling me like I got some stuff hidden that I ain't dropped on Spotify yet. They're like, yo, it's on YouTube, but we can't find it on the streaming site. So I got some old school stuff I'm gonna drop. I got some Mix City stuff coming out. You want me for your shows, I'm all ready for it, man. But most definitely be ready for the new single, Twerk Something. Be ready for the single called In Your City featuring Fiend and my ego. That's just dirty, man. Check out Run It Up. Check out Solo featuring Joe Little from the Rude Boys, man. Brother to brother, shout out them. Man, dude, I got music and I got a couple more cooking I ain't even laid my hands on yet.
Wow, man. That's what I'm talking about. Listen, big shout out to everybody listening on the airwaves right now, and big shout out to everybody who actually rode this ride with us, man. Tuning in tonight on the actual live, man. Showing my guy Dionero so much love. This guy right here, man, is just a great human being. Listen, bro, I gotta tell you though, for me and the Vibe team, though, I want to tell you that we proud of you. And I want to tell you, man, that I love you. You know what I'm saying? And I want you to continue to strive, man, and continue to do what you're doing, because it's not an easy task, man. Chasing after this dream that we have, it's not easy. And I just want to thank you. You know what I'm saying? Again, for just coming on the show, vibing out with us, man, and being vulnerable, man, and just sharing your story with us. And that you come back on here anytime that you want to come back on here, man. You just let me know, man.
I thank you for the platform, man. I appreciate it when you did for me, man. Starting me out with more love. I love you for the love. And I'm willing to do anything you need me to do, man. Show up, show out, man. Perform, shout out. I'm with it, man. Let's network and let's make more things happen.
Absolutely. We definitely gonna make things happen. I need to get me one of them Dionero Run It Up exclusive t-shirt tees. To get me I need to get me one of them. Good.
I'll put it together, man. Just let me know the size and everything, man. All information. I'm gonna send you out a few of them.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. I definitely can't wait. You already know I'm gonna bust it out on one of the shows. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my brother. You know what I'm saying? Dionero. You know what I'm saying? Y'all need to go copy gear, man. Like, where can we get the gear at, though? Where, you know, is there a website, or where can we get the gear at?
All that's in the works right now. But truthfully, man, you can hit me up on any social media and let me know what you need, man. I'm more than welcome to like ship it out, man. Not cover the shipping and the handling for you. And I'll send you out that and a nice little gift. You might get some music with it. I might autograph it for you. Anything you need, all shapes and sizes, man. I got different shirts. I got logo shirts with my logo on them. I got these shirts right here. I got new ones coming. Anything you basically ask for, man, I can basically ship it out to you and make it happen. No regrets, days.
Y'all stop playing games, acting like y'all don't see what's going on out here, man. It's real right now. Listen, if you are not subscribed to the Vibe Show 97.9, I just don't understand what's going on right now. We bringing y'all the most exclusive interviews on the planet. I'm just keeping it 100 here. You know what I'm saying? Like the exclusive. So hit the subscribe button. Please share this interview. This interview was absolutely amazing. Nothing but a bunch of gems within this interview. Make sure that you share this interview. Hit those notifications, turn on that bell notification, and hit that subscribe button. Also, make sure y'all go over to the Vibe Show 97.9. If you are not subscribed, or if you are not checking out the radio station, y'all can go over there and request that Run It Up right now. All you got to do is just rush over there and visit www.thevibeshow979.net. Type in Dionero, Run It Up, and request that thing 10 times per day and run it up for my guy. Also, y'all rush over there to the mobile app store, man, and download that exclusive Vibe Show 97.9 mobile app. That way you can tune in. We playing old school, new school. We ain't just playing all the new stuff all the time. We playing the old school stuff that, you know, that stuff that you could remember back in high school, them classics, the R&B. We got it all. We planned it all, man. Listen, y'all make sure y'all go and follow my guy right now on Instagram. Y'all can follow him at D_ANARO131. Go follow him on Facebook as well at Dionero .drain. That's DANARO.DRAIN. And also remember, y'all go and run up that My Dogs Do Too. Go get the project. It's out right now, streaming on all music platforms. You have no excuse. You're already on your phone anyway, so you might as well go ahead and go stream that project and run it up for my guy.
Run it up.
My guy, the one and only Dionero. We are out. Y'all go and enjoy the game, whatever y'all gonna do or whatever, man. It's nothing but love. Before we go, man, who you got, man? I need to hear it.
They both rivals to us, man, in Cleveland, Boston, and Golden State.
Yeah, I'm
going with the Browns.
Going with the Browns.
Bring them all the way, baby. Guardians. Over the cat. No, but dead serious though, man. I want to see a game 7 on Father's Day, I think, man. But I don't know what's going on right now, but I'm kind of rooting for Boston. I don't want to see Steph get it no more.
Yo, want Steph get it no more?
Yeah, I want to see Tatum get it. You know, let Tatum get it. You know.
Yeah.
I can't let Steph get it no more, man. He's gonna try to outshine LeBron. He's still an Ohio kid, man. You know, you can't let him get it was LeBron all day, man. They were both born in Akron, no, man, but no, LeBron was born in Akron.
yeah. Man, look, bro, I love you, man. I got to get out here. They're giving me the signal. I love you. I can talk to you forever, man. Look, I appreciate y'all. Listen, My Dogs Do Too. Y'all make sure y'all go and run it up right now. All music streaming platforms out right now. Y'all make sure y'all go and request that Run It Up on the Vibe Show 97.9. Run it up, request it, and make sure y'all go and follow my guy on IG at D_Arrow ANARO131 and on Facebook at DANARO.DRAIN. Vibe Show 97.9, me and Dionero. We are out of here. We love y'all so much. Y'all make sure y'all be safe. More love, less hate. Makes the world a better place. We out. Love you, D.
Love you, dog. Peace.